And from where came the idea to create Orca? It was one day in the shower, or it was a building idea of your friend for a long time?
I think it came from a pain and frustration.
Wow, tell me more about that.
We've seen that many of the solutions at the time were giving you really shallow security layer, which it just talks about configuration and best practices.
Or maybe a missing patch to implement.
Yes, and that perspective is, I would say, it's even does not appreciate the complexity, does not appreciate the need of the company to operate in a certain way. And I'll give you an example. There were companies that created an alert for S3 bucket that is open to the internet, publicly facing. Okay, but sometimes bucket should be a publicly facing. Sometimes if you will make it private, all of your website will stop working because the images are stored in the bucket. And so maybe a different approach is to talk about the fact that a bucket with personal information shouldn't be internet facing.
Good point.
It's a completely different story. We never intended to have leakage of data. And so what we've came to the realization is that we can make security from the inhibitors to the enablers. We can make security better in the cloud. We can allow customers to move faster by giving them the context, by giving them the right data. So when you talk about a vulnerability, companies have so many vulnerabilities. And since we are in a safe room here, everyone have a lot of vulnerabilities. And you cannot fix everything. And what happens is that then you start to prioritize. And then when you prioritize based on the high severity vulnerabilities, it lacks the context of your environment.
Definitely.
What if I can tell you, you have a vulnerability that allows remote code execution on an internet-facing asset that has the ability to have account takeover? We all agree that it needs to be fixed now.
Yeah.
And the context matter. And what if I'll tell you, you have a malware, but it is in your malware lab? Why are you wasting my time?
Good point.
And so context matters. And once you have the context, you can actually say, this is important, this is not important. And being an opinionated vendor, being an opinionated security solution, it's like giving you the advice you need on what to focus on not, and gives you the ability to tune it based on your company needs. When there's a breach in a company, so many times you see, there were 2 logs that show that there's a breach. No one talks about the fact that it's 2 logs out of 2 billion. And so you need a tool that will help you to find these 2 logs and to focus on these and not on the 2 billion.